Alrighty, welcome to Night News. WWE abandons the Gunther Stark trademark or whatever, and that's a shame because it's a mighty fine name, you know what I mean. So basically, WWE wanted to use this name. Indie fans find out about this, they're AEW fucking fat fuck fanboys or whatever. They find out about this. They go on Google doing their research, because that's what these freaks do. It's all day, every day, reading garbage about wrestling or whatever. They're, they find some Nazi from 80 years ago or something called Gunther Stark. Suddenly McMahon is in bed with the Nazis or whatever. You know what I mean? There's fake outrage. McMahon is pushing the Nazi agenda. What the fuck have you? There's all kind of different spins to this there. And basically, it's nothing, like, straight up, you know what I mean? There happens to be a Nazi with that name, like, so fucking what, you know what I mean? 80 years ago, that's pretty irrelevant, you know what I mean? But, so McMahon's a bad guy for this, because he wants to use the name. He cancels this name. And somehow he's still a bad guy there. You biased goofs. Now speaking of biased goofs or whatever, Whatculture were talking about the story there. And the way that they're framing this, it's titled, WWE drops Walter's new gimmick or whatever as gimmick, like. So they canceled the trademark of Gunther Stark. There happens to be a Nazi with that name, right? That doesn't mean that McMahon went out of his way to use a Nazi name or something. There just happens to be a Nazi with that name. But according to Whatculture, they knew. McMahon knew he had to know there. Not only did he know that this was a Nazi name there, some guy from 80 years ago that nobody knows. Not only did McMahon know this or whatever, but he wanted to give a Nazi gimmick to Walter there. Like, fuck you, you know what I mean? Like, They drop a trademark, they fucking take this to fucking fake city, their fake news city. They want to give Walter a fucking Nazi gimmick. Like, this is worse than CNN and Fox News. Incredibly biased. Like, how anybody takes this channel seriously is beyond me. Like, get the fuck out. They cancel his gimmick. And the way they talk about it to try to make sense of this there, that, you know, they're talking like if this Gunther Stark was a big famous guy. They wanted to name him after Gunther Stark, the Nazi U-boat commander. They're talking like everybody knows this name. Like, nobody fucking knows this guy. Like, you know what I mean? Straight up, like, nobody fucking knows it. And it's funny to see them try to pass it off like if it's common knowledge there. Gunther Stark, Nazi U-boat commander, fuck off, you know what I mean? Like, get the fuck out of here. And then he's like, can we drop the argument that this was an accident? No, because it obviously was. Like, McMahon, the way that he's so squeaky clean, not that squeaky clean there, but you know what I mean. McMahon is a man there. Sometimes you gotta ruffle a few feathers, I mean. But the way that his product is watched and monitored, and the sponsors and Mattel and all that money that AEW doesn't have or whatever, do you think they would make Walter a fucking Nazi and put a Nazi character on television? Like, get fucking real. You know what I mean? Maybe in the past he would have done that there, but not these days, boy. And you know, it's possible that it's an accident. Like, it happens sometimes. There's more than one person with the same name on this planet. Like, give me a fucking break. Like, Whatculture are fucking clowns straight up. Super biased. They're worse than the Inquirer and all the fucking shitty, cheap fucking clickbaity media that we've known. Like, they're bad. Like, very bad, very phony. Sami Zayn has re-signed a new contract with WWE or whatever. He's apparently locked in for several years. Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, two guys that were rumored to go to AEW. I'm happy that they're staying in the big leagues, folks, where things actually matter there. You know what I mean? Sami Zayn, great talker, stuff like this. He's gonna make a great manager someday. Joey Janela's contract, apparently it's expiring in May and he wants to stay or whatever there. You know, I was watching Cultaholic and they were talking about this, you know, they're talking about how Khan is gonna have to release people, stuff like this. You know, it's sad, but it's a business, you know what I mean? Again, I find it very funny after 3+ years of these channels, fake raging, fake being sad, you know. Oh, Frank Lynn, the cousin of Jerry Lynn who sells hot dogs at NXT, was released. Frank, not Frank. Anybody but Frank. You know, they fake cry for everything. And now they're like prepping the people for these AEW releases. Hey, listen, I know we were fake raging and using this to make money. How WWE is evil there, but when Khan does it, just remember it's a business. That's what they say in the video. Fucking hypocrisy, like. Incredible biasness, double standard, hypocrisy. These channels are sickening, like straight up sickening. There's cheap rumor there, a report. WWE doesn't want Finn Balor going to AEW. They're trying to block him from going. They're scared that he's gonna go or whatever. Like, these recent Finn Balor rumors, there's no merit to it. You know, Finn Balor loses a match. Then there's a report about how they're not pushing him. Oh, fuck. Must be a big exclusive source who gave you this information or whatever. But if it's true that Finn Balor wants to go, they're good. Let him go or whatever. You know what I mean? Let Khan have all these indie midgets that don't sell or whatever. You know what I mean? For years, these indie trash fans were coming up to McMahon. Sign Danhausen, sign Warhorse, or else you're scum, McMahon. McMahon brings these people in. Oh, they're gonna get wasted on the main roster. I'm not gonna support them. Even though I wanted them in the Fed or whatever, like, you know what I mean? Fuck these indie fans. Let Khan deal with all this bullshit. Let him bring in all the Japan fucking Hammenegers and all this fucking goofy shit. Let him get the bums that don't get the ratings. And maybe McMahon can give us real wrestling again. Guys like Braun Breaker, stuff like this. We don't need 1,000 boring acrobats who can't cut a promo or whatever. Fuck these jobbers. Get rid of Ali and all of them there. Finn can go there and, you know, do some goofy Forbidden Door shit there. Finn Balor against some Japanese stripper or something. I don't fucking know there, but, you know, it is what it is, folks, and it's a sad day for wrestling, folks. Terrible. There, this clickbait, bias channels there. Tony Khan running the narrative, you know what I mean? Meltzer tries to please Khan and bury McMahon. The Whatcultures take all of this, they run with it and make it even more psycho than Meltzer, you know what I mean? Tony Khan, he gets the narrative out there, he gets to control, bash his enemies using the media, you know. We've seen this before from Russia, you know what I mean? People like Kim Jong-un controlling the media or whatever, they're kind of, the regime, the AEW regime or whatever, somebody criticize Moxley, they get banned from the arena or whatever. It's the regime, folks. Well, you know what? Fuck the regime. Fuck it. It's time to stand up to these freaks, ladies and gentlemen. So that's it for the news tonight. Stay tuned for more content there. Right here on the new Wrestling Jesus channel. Until next time, stay tuned for more news.